Hello.
Recording in progress, darling.
Yes, ma'am. And I just want to thank you, everybody that is watching this, and we know it's many, um, for, being part of our history here, because we're so passionate about this. She's very attentive, by the way. This is
Yes, she likes the topic for the day, right?
what's going on. No, it's just the fact that people usually don't have time for just about nothing. And for them to spend an hour with us, I'm super grateful. I'm so grateful. I think, nowadays we tend to be more in the negative and more in the like, oh, this is what's going on, and that and the war, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't realize how out of gratitude we are,
Mm-hmm.
focusing and getting sucked in, right, in the world of everybody. 'Cause I don't get up in the morning thinking about catastrophes or wars or all that. Because I'm not really a cap girl, so
What you look beautiful. What do you get up thinking about?
I'm sleeping. It's the fact that just breathing, waking up in the morning and saying, I can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I can wake up. I can see the day. Because I am in an extended warranty, by the way.
Right, exactly. You already told that you were going to expire a long time ago.
Yeah, I wasn't, yeah. It was a little red light going, bang, bang, running out of battery.
You're on borrowed time right now, right?
Yeah, and I out of that, I mean, it's been over 60 years and or 60, I'm not linear, so some amount of time. By now, I would be powder, you know what I mean? Or something. Um, but all of you will be breathing me though, huh?
You know, right? Exactly. When I die, put me in some kind of thing where everybody has to breathe me in.
Yeah, and so many people ask me, I always take my clients into gratitude. What are you grateful for?
Mm,
What is it that you really, you feel like, wow, it can be that you drove somewhere and nobody cut you off.
mm-hmm.
You feel, threatened by something. It can be so many things. And nowadays, are we're gonna share with all of you uh, an incredible amount of research. Corey doesn't really get into the left brain part of things. She made it clear. She
I
goes,
said,
I,
I said, Isabel, if we're going to be talking about gratitude, then I appreciate your scientific mind on this. I appreciate the way that you're going about this. Isabel, I should let you guys know for you, who's listening, Isabel is very thorough. She does not mess around, this woman. So she's like, let's talk about gratitude. And then she sent me like 17,000 videos. I'm like, Isabel, so I said to you, I need to talk to you about something. I am not left brained at all. The way that I look at gratitude is you look at that, you look at gratitude that way too. You
yeah,
look at it, it's all about energy and, what that's doing for our body and everything. But
yeah.
you like the nitty gritty stuff.
I discovered, especially in the States, because this accent comes from somewhere. So you people won't think I was born here. Anyway, um, that they like the doctor, the prescription, the this, the that, and it's hey, every culture's got their own bag. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And the thing is that if people really understand what goes on in our brain, now the neuroplasticity is almost like a channel on the TV. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And all the benefits that we have because gratitude, we're going to put all these links for you guys,
Yeah.
I can share. Otherwise, Richie's going to be very mad at us.
Yeah, I know, right?
Last couple times.
Just please bloody subscribe, will you, and get it over with.
Yeah, because the thing is that I guess that helps.
Yeah.
To do things.
Apparently, the more subscribers we have, the more we'll get picked up by the algorithms of YouTube. You know, you have to give to get. We can't just be like a nobody, otherwise they won't help us.
Really?
Isn't that the way of the world? It's like the rich always get everything anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with YouTube. Sorry, YouTube, but it's like you have to be big to be bigger.
She's a TED Talk guy, and he's a tech. He's a guy. He's the one who does all the things that Corey and I basically think they come from some UFO.
Yeah, or fairies.
So, I realized, that gratitude, the more I dove in, gratitude has such a power with our physical body, with digestive, with easing out the vagus nerve, which we're going to share that one later, which rules so many organs. And also with sleep, also with DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, our friend Bruce Lipton, which is the pioneer in stem cells and wrote the biology of belief, you guys, amazing book and very, very, specific but fun. He basically, shares there too that in the DNA, it's this little ladder. If you look at it, this little, I call it the stairway to heaven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of these little bars is this little, um, like the shoelaces have. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Those are called telomeres, and the telomeres are life. When they start shortening, I don't care what plastic surgeon people goes or what vitamin they take or any of that, you are aging.
Right.
Aging rapidly. And with that, we all age, but it's about the quality of life for me.
Right. Right.
I don't mind aging. I mean, it's a process,
It's
right?
gonna happen.
Right. It's inevitable. But the fact is to do it well and to do it in a way that you can feel good and sustain until the end of your days. My grandfather, passed at 116. He was vast.
Wow.
And he went to sleep, and that was that. But he was super happy.
Yeah.
Okay, he grew everything. He cooked every day. He plays his guitar, and you know, he he lived like the people in the blues song.
Yeah, like the Avatar.
Yeah,
Yeah, connected.
yeah, the blues song. The people that lives 100 and whatever, um, and it's all to do with the gratitude and appreciation that you walk to places and you can smell, the air, that you can look at a tree and go, wow, what a beautiful.
I just realized you said Blue Zone. I thought you were talking about Avatar, the movie.
That can be too. Oh,
Those guys live a long time.
yeah, they look like they were rat. And the fact is that they plugged themselves to the trees.
Right?
I remember meetings so people can understand in what shape I came in before.
Yes, right.
Atmosphere. I used to work in the film industry. I'm very grateful of that. I did, 50, 5 decades something in it, with special effects and makeup and such. And when I met James Cameron, I said to him, I said, wow, you really know what goes on in the Amazon, because I grew up there
Yeah.
and we connected ourselves,
Yeah.
our bottom chakra, our spinal cord to the trees, to nature, to all of that. we always live in that, well, thank you for everything.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're talking about gratitude today, and we're trying to like come from it from the perspective of rather than it just be, say, a few affirmations every day, which, you know, many people can do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think from just diving in deeper, like we have been doing, there's so much more to it, right? There's so much more to it than just thinking that you have to be grateful for something. There's so many ways that gratitude affects your health and your vitality and your body. Like you were saying with the Bruce Lipton, how he explains about the DNA. I think I have that, you know. Is it on our little thing? Yeah. Let's see if we can, because we've been trying to, we're so good at this stuff, right, Isabel?
Andrew Huberman. Oh,
Look, Izzy. Isabella managed to share. Wait a minute. That's what you're talking about, right?
technically oriented.
Can
Yeah,
you can you see it? That's what Isabel was talking about with the telomeres.
on the side, and that is telomere. And those with stress, with negative thinking, with victimizing, and with all of that, they start shrinking, and that's life,
Yeah,
life. And why would we want to do that? It's because we don't realize and we're unconscious about it, and when we start becoming more mindful in this way and saying, you know what, anything is gratitude, thanks, thanks, thanks. Andrew Huberman teaches, shows that, all our pips, they have proof because they're scientists, and
mm-hmm.
they like the paper, and being me and
Yeah, all the different research papers and things. Yeah, he does that wonderfully.
yeah, and I have I did that PhD in nutrition and papers because
Mm-hmm.
they, and then you get sorry. But it's very fun to be able to show the public, 'cause my bag is to educate, and so is yours. And you do it through meditations, you do it through so many beautiful modalities. And now that we have this opportunity to do a podcast, people like to videos, they like to hear it.
Yeah,
I think it's so crucial for us to share with them the incredible benefits of gratitude.
of gratitude.
A healthy heart pumps over 20 tons of blood a day
Right.
without us being aware of it. Most people get out of the house with the head on the phone conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start realizing that it's millions of billions of cells and dying out, and every 7 days the whole body regenerates, and all these things, how grateful that your feet are carrying you on your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have worked with people, because I was really big on I still am, but I was a lot more physically dedicated with cliff palate children,
Yeah.
the smile train, knowing that these little ones cannot really smile, they can't eat, they can drown if they drink water. And, it's so many things that you know, that we should be thankful to have food, to have a yummy bed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot of things that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that we override by the competition, by the, all these files that we have in our subconscious mind that you and I work with.
I think, you know, subconsciously, unconsciously, we get pulled into a place of superficialness a lot in our world. I think through our phones, through not so much deep connection to wilderness and the wild and things like you're talking about. I think we get pulled into a state of shallowness And what happens when we're in that place is we become so disconnected from ourselves, so disconnected from our self-awareness that we don't even realize that we're disconnected. And when we're disconnected, you don't have time for gratitude. You don't even think about what gratitude would do for your body, let alone feel the difference in your body if you actually sat in gratitude and felt it. Most people don't take the time to kind of become more self-aware, do they? What me and go on, love. Come this way because I can't hear you for whatever reason. Ratio killers.
The fact that we're always comparing to each other, trying to fit in, and that is a huge piece for us to disconnect because we're always looking to what anybody else said. So we're not here.
Yeah.
We're not realizing, oh my goodness, I can breathe, I can see, I can swallow, I can do a lot of things a lot of people can, you know.
Yeah.
That part is to me a great piece of disconnection. And the biggest pandemic for me is ignorance. And that's why I want to make sure that uh, people, if I can contribute with knowledge, with studies, with all the time that I spend, uh, gathering all these pieces. If I can make a difference in one person, that person will make it another, and it's a big chain. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. That's why you teach, right? That's why you educate.
Since I was 18 and probably before, I love teaching because sharing, is contribution. Contribution is the biggest part of life for me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I have worked with people like Jane Goodall and Mother Teresa and all these things, and how the service and contribution is like the maximum connection to divine, to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they were such humble women, right?
Well, they have their boundaries. I remember, I remember they invited Mother Teresa to go to a world rally.
Uh-huh.
Said I don't do those.
Oh.
I do. Let me know when you have a peace rally.
Oh. Right.
So the boundary there was for her to know uh, in what matter was she connected
Right.
to her work,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yes.
Mm.
She had to align that with what felt right for her, right? Her beliefs.
Right. And with Jane, I learned something so profound that I tried as much as I can to remember. Uh, she said one time, she said, when I go to the oil companies that they're using the little monkeys and they experimenting with the apes and stuff, she said, I don't go in and fight them right off the bat, or I don't go in aggressively saying, oh, you need to know this, you need to know that, and I am blah, blah, and whatever research, because she's a scientist.
Right.
And she walked the talk and she lived it her entire life. And she said, I always find out what they're about, what they're passionate about, what is their language, so I can communicate properly. Because if I respect them first, it's no, it's no, hardness in it. It's no, that moment that I'm better than you and I come in here.
Yeah.
Better. You shouldn't be doing that. It's less, and if the world will do that and appreciate exactly what they have, the guy that wants more land, it will say, you know what? I can share my land, or we can all appreciate the little bit of whatever we have. It will be more more harmony, less controversy,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember working with His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, which, guys, he's going to come and give his part in our podcast. He always said, if you don't like them, please don't hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from a great part of gratitude of who you really are and appreciating the life of another,
Mm-hmm.
the journey of another.
Right.
Like the Native Americans, if you haven't walked in their moccasins, you don't know where that person come from, what
Right.
they go through, what they are about. And appreciating those, I think it will be world peace,
I know.
gratitude, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about gratitude from the perspective, like, you've been going into it from a scientific perspective, but um as far as gratitude goes, from the way that I look at it or the way that I teach it, it's an emotion, right? It's an emotion that's right up there with joy and love and enlightenment. And if you were to scale different emotions, it's the highest frequency. So gratitude is a high frequency emotion. So that what that means for us beings is when we have this emotion, we have a positive, high positive reaction inside of our bodies, right? And then you just sent me that paper saying that gratitude can actually reduce inflammation. So it's like, why is it doing all this magic in our bodies? It's doing the magic in our bodies because it's a high frequency emotion. And if you look at the scale of emotions, like the lowest emotion that we can have is shame, right? So all those low emotions like shame, jealousy, hatred, all of the dark, swimmy kind of emotions that we have as human beings, those are the emotions that are kind of, well, should I say kind of, or should I say are creating dis-ease in our body, right? So if we want to be healthy and keep those telomeres going in a good place, our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions are very much a big part of how our bodies are going to stay healthy, right? That's basically what all this research is that you've been doing, yeah?
Yeah, we will put all the links. Also, gratitude, when we go in gratitude, right? It's so expensive.
Yes.
When we go in hatred, resentment, all this, so
Tight, constrictive.
you're in jail there.
Yeah.
You close down, you're in jail, you're constricted, you are not in an expansion mode. Where with gratitude is everything, everything.
So do you think if it's up there with the frequencies of love and joy and enlightenment, and when you're in a space of gratitude, you feel that openness. Do you think that's because when we're in gratitude, we're tapping into source, we're tapping into oneness?
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. That's the way I feel when I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful for something. When I, wake up in the morning and I do my meditation, whatever I do, but in the gratitude that I wake up, thanking my bed, thanking my yummy pillow, um, you know, all of that. It's it's richer than having billions.
Yeah.
Because I have worked with a lot of billionaires in my career and in life coaching. I have coached some and they were poor inside.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily make you any happier, right?
Because the gratitude of it and the fact of service and sharing sometimes is lacking. Mm?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think gratitude is money in the bank. I love Ken Honda. He teaches about happy money.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how gratitude kind of plays into your manifestations,
Right. In
right?
many ways.
Yeah.
In many, many, many ways. if we are grateful for what we have, deeply grateful, the more we focus on something, we make more of it.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
With all the people that I have, or whatever, and so when we're grateful for whatever we have, and John Bolier,
Yeah.
one day we were talking about that, and he said, some people are happy and striving for billions, and some people are really happy with $350. It's all a perspective
Mm-hmm.
and the gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a tribe in Peru that I never saw money, but we were grateful when the sun came up in the morning. We gave gratitude, and then we went to bed when the sun was down because we didn't have electricity and all that. And when the rivers or the streams were running good, we were really, really grateful, and we made ceremony about it, you know. And a lot of times, the crops didn't give, and somebody else will share it with you. The gratitude for that plant, that beautiful plant that gave fruits,
Yeah.
that was moisture to help her. The Mother Earth was holding her to be able to create all these foods and things. We always, always prayed. My mother was Buddhist. She always prayed and gave thanks to every little bite that it was in that bowl that she ate.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with that, and not taking for granted that that food was grown somewhere, it was transported, it was people working in the fields, animals that died. Oh, how are you? Animals that died to give us food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that we take for granted.
I think what was coming to me while you were talking about that was when we're grateful, I was like feeling the gratitude inside of my body. When we're grateful, we're not in a place of want or need, are we?
No.
And I think the want and the need inside of us is what creates the never ending feeling of not being enough or complete or happy. So if you're grateful for the $350 or $3 billion or the 3 ripe bananas that you've just received, it's the essence of that that's so yummy that takes away the want and the need, right? Yeah.
When we say need, we confirm in lack. When we say want, we become needy and we victimize.
Yeah.
But when you have gratitude, it's an incredibly quantum. It's expansive.
Yeah.
To all that it is, where it comes from, right?
Right.
Gratitude, because at that moment we really do not know where all this came from.
Yeah.
Wow, what a wonderful moment to be able to breathe this beautiful air, or smell of flower, or that the little hummingbird that is flying right now outside the window, and I'm like, oh, she lives down there, and she's saying hello, or appreciating these things.
Mm-hmm.
You start not needing so much and realizing that you're in plentiful.
Yeah. And the more that frequency vibrates through your body naturally, without doing these fake affirmations that you're not necessarily feeling, the more, if that vibration and that essence and that frequency is in your body naturally by just enjoying something simple like that, then that's the magnetic energy that you're putting out to the universe, right? And that magnetic energy is brought back to you by giving you more to be grateful for, more to be thankful for.
Yeah. The first step on Ken Honda's, he retired as a multi-millionaire in Japan at 29.
Right. So he knows his shit
Right. And
when it comes to manifesting money.
his teacher, I would highly recommend it. We'll put a link for him. The first step is grateful, being thankful.
Being thankful. Putting yourself in the frequency of gratitude. Does he recommend that you put yourself in that frequency of gratitude?
One step.
Yeah.
Number one step.
Right.
Saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you to my happy money. And it's so funny because he puts bills, and I have many that they're not even real, they're play money, but I see it and I say happy money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's his wallet, and he writes happy money.
Yeah,
my money's happy.
That's cute. I've never done that. I've always recommended to clients and in classes that people put money all over. Like I have money on the little wallet of my phone. Depending on the bills that you can do that with, whether it's a dollar bill or $100 bill, in your undies drawer, in your makeup drawer, in the compartment in your car. And then every time you're opening, you're looking, and you subconsciously are getting this message that you have money everywhere. There's money everywhere. You're plentiful. Exactly. Yeah. But I've never wrote happy money on it.
Happy money.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he teaches that. I'm trying to get in touch with him so he can come over. The happiness of thankfulness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thankfulness.
So all this work that you've been doing this last couple of weeks and your scientific perspective of gratitude, how does being more grateful or having more gratitude in your life, or just naturally being in that frequency, how does that help improve your life?
Tremendous. Because
right?
always says to me, wow, you manifest, you have all this and that. And I never ask for the it. I just have it in my mind eye, and I love it. And I go, wow, that's amazing. Just appreciation in that deepness is gratitude.
Right.
Appreciating
Mm-hmm.
the smallest things, appreciating. The universe knows exactly what's going to bring you, that it matches that feeling of appreciation.
Yeah.
That the universe doesn't do words, it does feeling.
Right, exactly. It reads the frequency, right? So if you're dark and ugly inside, then
Because we know a few right now that they're dark and not so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
They need a divine lifting, but they believe in it. Even Hitler believed deeply in what he did, and he loved what he was doing in his own way.
So you don't have to be a good person or a bad person. You're saying it's the thought.
The feeling of I love that.
Yeah.
And I believe in it because the murderer believes in it. He thinks it's really,
Exactly, right?
Yeah. And it's how you direct everything in life. Really be grateful. And at the same time, grateful that you got away with something.
Yeah. And also very passionate for the reason of why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. That passion and that drive and that unquestioning, it's like just the knowing. It's no questioning. I think that's how people get to be famous or successful or whatever it is. It's like if you talk to a lot of people that go far in the world from that perspective, I mean, we all go far in the world for different things, but if you ask those kind of people or you listen to them in interviews, it's always that they just had no doubt. They had no doubt from being really young that was what was going to happen for them.
I was talking to this woman that she harvests saffron.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the hardest things to do, but you got to do it first thing in the morning and when the sun is speaking, and it's itty bitty little flowers.
Yes.
So to collect a basket of that, it's thousands of these plants.
Yes, right.
She said, I'm so grateful that the plant gives these beautiful little flowers that I can share and people love it and use them for food and teas and all that. That gratitude.
Yeah.
Be a mind working and doing that, which other people will go, what are you kidding me? I'm going to spend all those hours and get up in the middle of, cold or
Yeah.
whatever to get these certain times a year. And that it's just that gratitude of something that fills you.
So it kind of goes in with the theme of if you enjoy it, if you love it, if it brings you joy, those high vibrations, if it brings you joy, then it kind of doesn't feel like work. Or money will come to you because you're in that frequency. Yeah.
Gratitude for what I did in the film industry is tremendous. I raised my sister and my daughter, and I was able to purchase my homes and do everything I did and travel and yeah, it was whatever, uh, 14, 17 hours a day and with different characteristic people that not always were so groovy, but hey, I still was so thankful when I saw my checks and so thankful for what I could contribute and coming from the heart because I love art. So decoupage.
Yeah. She's going to teach me how to decoupage.
Yeah, that gratitude, Mama, that gratitude,
Yes.
wow, it's an egg that hand, went through whatever to pop out an egg and it can be life and she probably was doing to reproduce and I ended up eating it. It's like, wow, how grateful. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for every bite.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for who transported it. Thank you for the food that went to feed something.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many pieces in
Tiny things.
we eat.
Yeah, I talk to my car every time I get in, and I always thank her for starting. It's like these little things that start to become habits. But and when I go outside, I talk to Pepper. She's one of the trees out there. I think it's just like I always thank her for creating like that rustly sound that she does that I enjoy when I sit outside. I think it sounds crazy, but you're right. It's those little things that I'm not doing them so that I get rich. I'm doing them so that my life feels rich,
Right,
joyful.
right. And that's what you have raised your girls. You have done so much goodness for all these years that I know you. So much goodness with children and all these things that, you know, so plentiful. That, you know, wow,
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you.
that is so true. And, I'm so grateful for you, always been. And it's the fact that we can be just sitting. I'm up here in this amazing house in Malibu that we are in, and it's you can see vast ocean and all the hills, tons of birds. And this friend of mine came from London to visit, and she couldn't believe it. She's like, oh, I never want to live because London is, like
Yeah,
and it's a little
yeah.
more city like
Very different.
that and the sounds and all that. She said, it's no noise here. It's not that gratitude of wow, no noticing,
Yeah,
noticing all these things, being mindful of something, being mindful that is nature's gift, being mindful, that you know, you have a good skin, somebody could have very bad burn or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything, every little bit. And when you do that, you feel expansive, you feel rich in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that, you know, that everything is possible. That's the
Mm-hmm.
way I feel. The babies, you know, they just demand their food and they're just very thankful after they get it.
Yeah.
And so many things that we don't think in an average day to keep it, you know, to keep it conscious about it.
Yeah.
And we're going to put a book that you guys can download.
Yeah.
That,
Isabel has a great ebook that she's gonna share. So we're gonna share Bruce's video, right? Because that's a great video. We're gonna share that underneath for people to watch about gratitude. We're gonna share the book that you've
yeah,
wanted.
and I Huberman,
And what, love?
well, Andrew Huberman.
Oh, Tasty Andrew. Yeah, we're gonna share him. Because that's a great video. I listened to that the other day, his podcast on gratitude. It was really, really good. He was talking about it, which was interesting. He was talking about from all these different studies how, like, you would think that you would have to be in the parasympathetic nervous system to be in a state of gratitude because most of the time when we're meditating or we're chanting or we're saying affirmations, which is what most people do for a gratitude practice, we're actually we're in that brainwave that helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, right? It's relaxing us. But he was saying on his gratitude podcast that it's actually the sympathetic nervous system when it's highly stimulated, like if you did a cold bath, like a cold plunge, or some other things like a physical workout. He said a bunch of different stuff. That's actually the part of the brain that helps the gratitude to like do its magic in the body. Does that make sense? It's more powerful to do it in the sympathetic nervous system setting than the parasympathetic nervous system.
And also stimulate the vagus nerve.
Yeah, right?
Vagus nerve is involved in every organ of the body. Starts in the third ventricle of the brain and it goes from there everywhere. You know, so
Yeah.
that's the beauty of really good prayer or mantra, that you know it's some gratitude mantra like Gayatri mantra and things like that, that they keep you in that zone.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can share all those links with them, and just be grateful, guys. Be grateful, even for um, the moments that we have. Ken Honda was saying this morning. He said even for say you got a divorce,
Yeah.
it didn't go great in that moment, or we have these attachment to things and all that, but something good always happens, and we can see that right now on the planet,
Yeah.
because a lot of things, the whole world is dying. It's no question about it, and the new world is up. So, and it's all in all the scriptures.
Yeah.
Thing is that the attachment to the old doesn't let you be really grateful about the new or the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And the unknown and the grateful is what created. Man, think about it. If we born, if we were attached about something that heavy can never fly, we don't have airplanes. The same with these gigantic floating ships and things that they are out there. Whatever it is that gratitude of the unknown. And yeah, things happen because they're inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a dual world,
Mm-hmm.
positive and negative, like batteries. It's night and day, it's happy and sad, hot and cold,
Mm-hmm.
joy and pain. But all of it has that center of existence. And when you really exist, you are in gratitude.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's such a cool way to look at it. Bloody awesome, mate. You're bloody awesome.
Thank you, Mama.
All
Takes one to know one, you know.
right.
This is
So for all of our little
fair.
all of our
That practice. No, I wish she's gonna be.
yes,
It's better
let's
that is in India throwing colorful sands on his Christmas thing, and we're gonna be in trouble.
all right, so if you would please like and subscribe and share and do the bell, do a dance,
And be grateful.
and be grateful, right?
We're giving you this book that you can do. It's pretty cool, and you do it every day or every other day, whatever. Keep that that strong feeling when you're there. That wonderful, strong feeling of gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah, that joy, love.
It helps you digest. It helps the telomeres, so you don't have to get a plastic surgery or whatever.
Mm,
Spend money on expensive creams. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, and this is us. Correct.
hmm Yeah,
Isabel.
this is us. All right. Until next time. From the to what are we? My gosh, what are we? Bloody awesome. All right. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.